Hey everybody, your friendly neighborhood Strider here, back once again with another regular upload, only this time, if you might have noticed, maybe, or if you haven't, if the video isn't long enough, my YouTube privileges have been reinstated! So yeah, I can finally upload videos over 15 minutes. Once again, YouTube gods have finally forgiven me for my previous copyright transgressions, but I digress. As you can see on the screen, I have been playing the ever-loving shit out of Persona 4 Arena. I have not loved a game this much since, I don't know, maybe Mass Effect 3 multiplayer? I don't know, that's too recent, but in a lot of fighting games, there's a lot of inherent rage involved with just playing the game, just trying to not just master the game, but trying to play with friends, trying to play online, trying to deal with latency. When Ultimate Marvel came out, it was fun in theory, but the netcode was just atrocious. Same thing happened with Street Fighter 4. I didn't even bother Street Fighter Cross Tekken. BlazBlue, however, the Arc System Works games in general, they've always had really good netcode. They've got this little system where the latency gets smoothed out in the very beginning of the match, and things become a little easier to control in the beginning. I mean, after the beginning, things become a little easier to control throughout the match. Easily, button inputs are more controllable. You're more in control of your combos. It might be difficult to do some advanced combos, but if you get hit by something, or if you throw out an attack, everything works as intended through the netcode. And Persona 4, in addition to everything else I want to gush about, the netcode is just spot on. It's just, launch day, they had to put out a patch in order to smooth out constant lag problems. It was controllable, but it was like playing underwater, but now, well into a week with the game out, I can easily say that this is some of the best netcode I have ever experienced. And I have had some of the best games I've ever, well, maybe best is a little too strong a word when it comes to describing my competition, because it seems like everyone I'm fighting against in ranked matches anyways, I have a strange feeling that they're probably just Persona fans and not fighting game fans, because I am playing against a lot of people who are using auto combos, and you'll know it when you see it, when every single attack is just an auto combo, an auto combo, an auto combo. It just never, there's just no variation, and if they have Meteor, yeah, you're gonna get hit by a super, and yeah, I appreciate that the auto combo really gives the game a lot of extra flavor. A lot of, well, not extra flavor, but it really gives new players the chance to really stand toe-to-toe with people like me, who know how to learn about new combos and execute them a little better than just to rely on your basic bread and butter. You know, maybe an ultimate, maybe just ground string, air combo, knockdown, and hopefully you had a hyper combo to finish it off. A lot of times when you see somebody using the auto combo and only the auto combo in Persona, it just leads me to believe that they don't know what they're doing. They're just mashing out A as hard as they can, as much as they can, and they're not even thinking of the processes. They're not thinking about blocking high or low. They're not thinking about if maybe my attack has more range and I can stuff their pokes. They're not thinking if maybe I have a reversal, or if I can just plain just outrange them and then hit confirm from a counter hit. It's just all kinds of disappointing. Of course, this is just a lot of people who are just new to the game, and you know, maybe a lot of games I've been playing lately. I've been trying new characters, and my PSR, the number that decides your threat rank. You know, when every character's PSR is separate. So I started playing Labris a little like a day ago, and of course that meant a new PSR, and I just went through the gauntlet of just auto combo friendly newbies, and it was just all sorts of sadness. It's very depressing. Speaking of characters, a lot of these videos you might be seeing right now, might be seeing a lot of Akihiko, a lot of Kanji. Yeah, I like Kanji, but I decided to put Akihiko to rest a little bit, and I decided to switch over to Labris. Akihiko, the one thing I rage so much about playing Akihiko is just the pitiful range of his normals, especially strong. It can easily be fixed with just can easily be fixed by just using his crouching strong, which is, you know, that little crouching uppercut he has. It has way better range, but still, range on his jabs is so pathetic. And he doesn't have very many, he doesn't have a lot of high-low mix-up. And, you know, in the end, that's not too much of a problem in the end, because Akihiko is more about reading the opponent with forethought and knowledge, and throwing out the right attack, like maybe duck forward and then corkscrew, or weave backwards, and boomerang hook, or just plain punishing their unsafe stuff with a little bit of a mid-screen kill rush. But in the end, Akihiko is a little too one-track for me, too short of normals, very frustrating to play if you're trying to hit some combos. Kanji, on the other hand, he's a grappler. He is the game's grappler, and, you know, grapplers are usually... Grappler characters usually separate the men from the boys in a fighting game. People who don't know how to fight against grapplers, they get exposed very quickly. And, you know, there's also that archetype of people who play grapplers with the expressed intention of doing that, and at the same time, they're actually kind of fraudulent because they're relying on just punishing their opponent's mistakes. And I'm trying not to do that, you know. I've tried to pick up a lot of I've tried to pick up some nice combos, trying to go off of, you know, not just normal auto combos or just running in and spamming throw or anti-air throw. I do like that. I've recently figured out that his standing heavy, that big loud shout with the word bubble, it has such little hit stun. I didn't understand what it was for until I figured it out a few days ago. It's used for tick throw attempts, and it's really kind of fun. It doesn't have a lot of range, but it's really fun to use in order to throw those mind games at the opponent. Of course, you know, people who know fighting games will eventually wise up into just jumping against them. But also that dive, you know, if you fought against newer Kanji players, you'll probably be seeing that dive full-on Olympic professional diving a lot. And, you know, in the beginning I used to do that a lot too, but that was only to punish, you know, zoning attempts, because it's just so good. But of course, the opponent could crouch and it'll completely whiff, so, you know, it's got its limitations. It's still one of the better options Kanji has. You know, people... I think Kanji is at the bottom of the tiers, but the thing is, being at the bottom of the tiers for Persona 4 Arena isn't such a big deal, and it doesn't even really mean anything, because the difference between the top, which is most definitely Chie, and the bottom, which is probably Kanji, the difference isn't very big, really. So, really, the tiers probably don't even really mean a whole lot, and I think the verdict in Japan is that Persona 4 Arena is very balanced. That's how I feel about this game as well. There are matchups, there are bad matchups. If Kanji fights against Elizabeth, may God help you, it's really tough. But with other characters, they're forced to play a little more cautiously because of the matchup. Sometimes it will be in Kanji's favor. And also that jumping heavy, that big chair swing in the air, it's just so godlike. I love it so much, so slow. Maybe I rely on it a little too much, but I just love it. And of course you can combo into the dive, if you could. But, you know, I think I'm pretty much talked down on that. Pretty much Labyrinth Kanji right now. Also playing through story mode. I am just addicted to online because the netcode is just so good. I just feel everything I want to do, it happens the way I want it. And yeah, Persona 4 Arena. If you haven't seen this game, played this game, you gotta try it. If you love fighting games, it's right there. The thing about it is that if you're really new to fighting games, you can play it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with auto combos, it's just that there are other combos you should explore if you're new to the game. But if you're at a loss for words, especially if you don't know an optimal combo in a situation, auto combos will serve you just fine. Not a whole lot of damage to be found, but they're still okay. But for more experienced players, you'll of course find that there are a lot of really interesting combos. The characters themselves are really complex, a lot of opportunities to find combos, discover new combos, make new combos. Got a lot of things like different attack hit stuns, more cancels, not to mention counter hit and fatal counter, which is probably my favorite thing ever. Fatal counter, I have experience with it in BlazBlue. Fatal counters is Unlike counter hit, where the hit stun and properties of your attack on counter hit are augmented, giving you new combo opportunities off of that individual hit. For example, if I hit with maybe, let's see, if I hit with Kanji's standing heavy, the opponent will go in a spinning state, and I can actually combo off of it, which is not a normal thing off of a normal hit. But fatal counter, certain moves are just so risky to use, to throw out, but if you counter hit with specific moves, you'll get a fatal counter, and not only will that attack have augmented hit stun and properties, but you'll get extended hit stun in all future attacks in that combo, making brand new, much more damaging combos possible that weren't previously possible. For example, a big reason why I love playing Labrys now is because she is heavily rooted in momentum and rushdown. The more you attack, the stronger her Axel gets. And once it's maxed out, once its Axel is maxed out, counter hits automatically become fatal counters, and then all your combos pretty much become easy mode from there, because your opponent is just going to be just flying through the air, just at your complete mercy, as long as your axe is maxed out. So, yeah, Persona 4 Arena, if you have experience with previous Arc System Works games like BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, definitely give it a shot. If you've been raised on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, give it a shot. Be aware there are similarities between the two, but they're not exactly the same. If you're a big fan of more traditional footsies-oriented type of games, be careful. This game is much faster paced, but overall, I really like the complete package of Persona 4 Arena. A lot of stuff to explore, single player. Story mode's pretty good, actually, but, well, because I'm actually invested in Persona already, so that's why I like it. Training mode is pretty good, different challenges. Theater mode, oh god, finally, theater mode returns to my YouTube channel. And last but not least, online mode, great netcode. Cannot say more good things about Persona 4 Arena. Just go get it. This has been your friendly Butch Rider signing off. Enjoy the rest of the video.